since you've done some film study now, I'm sure, of the game, just what are your general takeaways of kind of your performance?
Yeah, we kind of had an up and down deal. I got to eliminate the turnover, something I've always trying to been focusing on. With too many of those, obviously. So there's always stuff to work on, always stuff to get better at, and I think our coaching staff done a good job with me and correcting mistakes and moving on to K-State.
Mike Gundy said on the Big 12 coaches teleconference there was like a hand numbness issue. What can you tell me a little bit about that?
Just no excuses. I gotta keep my hands on the ball and in that situation. So, there's no problem there. I just gotta just no excuse. Really, just gotta keep it on and make the play. So that was just kind of a freak deal. And
well, that was the thing. We saw at Central Michigan, I think it slipped, and there slipped. Was it like a sweat problem? Because it was so hot down there. I know it was like 100 and some degrees.
Like I said, I still got to improve and be able to make plays in situations and can't let the ball on the ground. It's just a no-no.
I was up in the press box looking through my binoculars. It seemed like the two guys who were kind of immediately going to you after those mistakes were JW and Glidden.
Yeah.
What did they tell you on the sideline? I mean, are those two guys being senior leaders on this team who are able to kind of keep your head on when things like that are happening?
Yeah. Both those guys, veterans, like I said, they've been through it all. They've been ups and downs, so they have that knowledge and insight, and just kind of let me know that keep playing, and which I know I try to stay calm and play the next play despite what happens, whether it's good or bad. So like you said, those guys are doing a great job of encouraging me and helping me along.
You're a guy who's had so much success early in your career here. Your last high school season, you guys went undefeated and won a state title.
Yeah.
Can you remember the last game where you hit a wall maybe like you did this past time and what that was like? I mean, did you lean on some past experiences you've had when you start to struggle a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, I had some really bad games sophomore and junior year of high school, and I think maybe a couple senior years. So my coach in high school and these coaches do a great job of helping you respond and to bounce back, and there's always going to be things to correct and some mistakes to correct. So I don't look at it as a different week. I think we're going to prepare just as hard as we did last week, but just got to cut down on the turnovers.
How much confidence do you still carry at this point? I mean, this is on your 7th start. You go through a rough game on the road. Just psyche-wise, just kind of tell us where you're at.
I'm confident. I've got a great confidence in this team and this defense. Anytime you play bad and you still come out with a win, it's awesome. It's a blessing to have such great talent on your team with all the way to the defense to Ben Grogan for nailing two clutch field goals. So, I've got great confidence. I feel like, one game doesn't define me at all, and I'm going to be able to, come back and do great.
You mentioned the defense. You got Seth Jacobs out there with like a thing on his hand. He's got one hand making interceptions. That's got to be nice when guys are playing hurt and making plays.
Definitely,
right?
Yeah. Just, Seth's an example of someone who's been playing through some pain, and like you said, he's got a big clobbered fist on his hand. And he's still making plays. So very encouraging, and to know those guys got your back no matter what, it's a good thing.
You guys are still kind of struggling to develop that run game a little bit, but we saw some bursts from Rennie Childs. I thought just watching him, his hitting the hole just so hard. Yeah. Is that what stands out with his run game, maybe compared to Carson? Just how fast he starts, I guess.
Yeah, Rennie, man, he plugs the hole. I mean, he hits it hard, and he's just a hard runner. He's a tough guy, and he also did a tremendous job in the pass protection game. He picked up a lot of guys coming free and really stepped up in there hard and took them on. So Rooney's been doing great. All of our backs have been doing great. Chris and Jeff, they've all been running hard and giving us what we need.
How do you kind of assess where this offensive line is at? I know it's kind of another struggle, maybe not the yards per carry you guys wanted, but talking with those guys, especially the guys on the interior, how do you kind of judge their confidence level?
I think they're confident. I think they did a good job. I think they've done a good job this year, especially protecting me. Really very few sacks, very few amount of sacks, and I'm very confident in them. They've been awesome so far. Improving in the run game, doing a better job week by week, picking that up. So I think it's only going to move up from here.
What do you know about Kansas State at this point?
Obviously a well-coached team. They're always going to be in the right place at the right time. It's something that they take pride on, and so. I've seen some film. Obviously, knew a lot about them, or learned a lot about them last year. Able to see them go through the game plan there. So, they're going to be well coached, very, very athletic and high energy team. So, but it's going to be great to play at home and with this crowd and be able to take the next step forward.
What was it like having Yursich on the sidelines? Because that's the first time you guys have ever been like face to face in the heat of the moment in the game, right? I mean, What did that change? What did that feel like?
It was cool, man. I think the phones went down or something like that, so he was able to come down. I thought it was cool because in high school I always had my guy right next to me, so I don't really care whether he's up in the booth or whether he's down there, but it was cool to have him down there in your ear to be able to talk to you face to face. So I was fine with it.
This is a team that's now won 4 straight in Austin. First team, I think, to ever do that. What did it feel like singing the alma mater on that field? You talked about it, the place where Colt McCoy and all these legends have played. To go there and to extend kind of the streak you guys have, that's got to be pretty fulfilling, right?
Yeah, it was great. Like you said, our defense, Grogan played great, and just to be able to win on the road in a tough environment like at Texas with that crowd and the history there. So it was an awesome feeling, and being able to sing the alma mater and get on the bus as a win was a great deal.